So I've had a lot of requests for how I do my converted whitewater slide, I guess you could call it. So I am pulling up a couple of files because these are files that I'm going to be working on today. Went ahead and made them last night and got them ready to show you guys. So this is the main one that we're going to focus on today. Okay? So I'm going to show you my process from beginning to end, how I make a clear water slide into a white water slide so that I'm not buying a bunch of different water slide materials. All right, so all of these images, I highlight them, right click, and I'm going to go down to flip horizontally. And we're going to do that. It's going to invert them. So now they're on the other side. I mean, technically it wouldn't matter, but we're doing this as if the image had writing on it, and it would matter if it was backwards or not. So we flip them over. Now I'm going to print. Wait a minute. That's not how I wanted that to work. Okay. Where's my little dialog box? Okay, it's doing this different. I updated my... Alright, so now I'm going to go over here to settings. Okay, hold on, timeout. I gotta figure out how to do this now that I've updated, because it's not the same as when I done it last week. Okay, so they apparently took away my ability to tell it how I wanted it to print. So we're gonna pull a little trick here. I just clicked on all of my images and duplicated them, okay? Now I'm gonna go back on each individual image. See, it looks like a little drunk old man there. And I'm going to go over here to my control panels, and we are going to align it to the left. Oh, I moved that one. My bad. Control Z puts it back. I'm going to do the same thing on each and every one of them. Line them horizontally to the left. And this is going to trick my printer into printing a better quality image, because it actually believes that it's printing two of them. Even though, as you can see here, there's only one of each one now, because we put them on top of each other. But the machine's going to believe that it's printing two Santas, two of the faux Frosty up here, two of the one with a present, and two of this one here. Okay? So now, I'm going to go up. I'm going to click print. I'm going to make sure that my water slide paper is in there. And then I'm going to click the print button here and let it do its thing. Okay, Silhouette's been playing hide and seek. So when I went and pressed the print button here, this is where it brings up my preferences, where I want to print, all of that good stuff. And I'm going to go over here and click, in this, I click Preference, Advance. Oh no. Paper and quality. We're going to figure this out together, guys. Okay. So we're going to scrap that section. While that's preparing to print and doing its thing, I wanted to show you guys real quick. This is the water slide decal that I use. I will link it in the link tree below the video. Okay, so your girl never gives up. So I figured out what my problem was, and I didn't have my printer attached the right way. So don't go through, if you have HP, don't use the Jet Advantage thing. Go straight to your printer. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to tell it that I'm going to be using a other glossy inkjet paper, and then I want the best print quality, and then I'm going to click OK and tell it to print. And now I'm going to print these. The water slides that we were doing with the Santa head turned out just fine. So now, without duplicating the images here, I'm able to print it in just as good a quality as if I had used the layering effect that we did just a bit ago. So, hope that little tip is helpful for you guys. Here are my little printed water slides. We're going to go ahead and spray them down and get them ready. So I'm just going to take my regular old white flat Rust-Oleum paint. I've been giving it a good shake. And I'm just going to spray, 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 spray. Make sure I get my image covered over good. And there it is. Now I'm going to let that dry. And when it's dry, we'll be ready to put it on. So for this part, I'm going through and cutting out the water slides. I'm holding it up to the light because it's easier to see to cut it out. This light is mounted on the underside of the top part of my desk, so it just makes it super easy to be able to see my original image through the paper, through the water slide, cut it out, and make sure that I don't cut into my actual image. And here in just a moment, I will show you kind of how I can see the image. See, there you go. Now all the images are cut and I'm going to go through and apply them. These are going on to Christmas ornaments. So I'm going to get them into the water, let them soak for a few minutes, and get those applied to the ornaments. I always go through and add a little bit of water to whatever I'm putting my water slide on to help it be able to move around. And you'll see here shortly how we just go through and make sure that it's wiped out from under it when we get done applying the actual water slide. Just attach it or lay it down, slide the paper off. When I do these, I put the white front, what would be the front, face down, and then just slide my backing off the top of it. And here is the image after I've got it on. As you can see, I'm still going to play with it, move it around a little bit, and try to fit it just perfectly the way I want it. And here we're going to press it down, dry it off, and try to get most of the water. When wiping, I like to go from the center outwards so that any moisture, any water, any air that may be under there pushes towards the outside of the image to come out from under the edge. One thing that I forgot to record for this video is after I am done getting them down and after they have dried, I like to put a layer of Mod Podge over the top just to help keep it down, especially if you're using a glossy paint, because you can use glossy, but the glossy will tend to want to repel off of the epoxy or whatever it is that you're putting it on. So I like to Mod Podge everything down and get a good seal on it before I continue on and put a layer of resin over the top. And even on the ornaments that I have here, I left a lip around the edge so that after I got the image on, I could make sure to seal it in really well with a doming layer of epoxy. Now I'm just going to go through and do the same thing for the next ornament, just kind of showing you guys how I've got them laid down. It works pretty much the same as a regular water slide. You just lay it face down and slide the backing off the top side instead of sliding it out from under the water slide. So I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about making clear water slides into white water slides so that you can use them on your items, please leave them down below and I will answer them as quickly as possible. I'm usually pretty on top of those things. And also don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Thanks, guys.